Life has a way of breaking you before it builds you. For some people, the road to success is smooth, but for others, it's filled with rejection, failure, and pain. This is the story of a man who was told countless times that he wasn't good enough, a man who faced failure at every stage of life, a man who had every reason to give up, but refused to quit. Today, he is one of the most successful and respected entrepreneurs in the world. But his journey started with nothing, no money, no support, and no connections. He was born in Hangzhou, China, into a very poor family. His parents were traditional musicians who earned very little. Life was difficult, but from a young age, he was curious, hungry to learn, and determined to see a world bigger than his small neighborhood. He developed an early passion for English, but there were no teachers, no internet, and no resources around him. While other children played, he spent his mornings riding his old bicycle for 40 minutes to a hotel where foreign tourists stayed. He offered to give them free city tours in exchange for practicing English. For 9 years, he did this consistently. That little boy didn't know it at the time, but this habit would later become one of the foundations of his success. While his English improved, his academic journey was a disaster. He failed his primary school exams twice, failed his middle school exams 3 times, and when it came to college, rejection became a normal part of life. When he finally managed to enter a college, it was one of the lowest ranked institutions. By the time he graduated, his grades were average and his confidence was low, but he kept moving forward. At the age of 24, he entered the toughest period of his life, finding a job. He applied to dozens of companies, big ones, small ones, it didn't matter. Each time, the response was the same. Sorry, you are not qualified. Then came a moment that broke him but also shaped him forever. A new KFC branch had opened in his city, and 24 people applied for jobs. 23 were hired. He was the only one rejected. Imagine how that must have felt. He tried joining the police department. Rejected. He applied to over 30 companies. Rejected. He even applied to Harvard University not once, but 10 times. 10 rejections. Over and over again, the world told him he wasn't good enough. But instead of quitting, he made himself a promise. One day, they will know my name. Then, in 1995, everything changed. He traveled to the United States for a translation job. While there, a friend introduced him to something new, something called the internet. He had never seen it before. Out of curiosity, he typed the word beer into the search bar. In seconds, results appeared: American beer, German beer, European beer, but for China, nothing. It shocked him. He realized that China, a country with over 1 billion people, had almost no presence on the internet. And in that moment, an idea was born. He thought to himself, if the world cannot find China on the internet, then I will bring China to the world. Before we continue, if you love hearing real-life stories of struggle and success, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Your support helps us bring you more inspiring journeys like this one. When he returned home, he gathered 18 friends in his small apartment and shared his idea to create an online platform where Chinese businesses could sell their products globally. At first, his friends doubted him. Investors laughed at him. Banks refused to give him loans. Some said the internet would never work in China. But he refused to listen. With no money, no resources, and no guarantee of success, he launched his company. He named it Alibaba. The early days were brutal. He and his team worked from a small, cramped apartment using old, borrowed computers. Sometimes they couldn't even afford food. Investors kept saying no. Many thought his idea was foolish, but he had one powerful belief. If we don't give up, we still have a chance. Giving up is the greatest failure. Day and night, he and his team built Alibaba from nothing. In 1999, after years of struggle, something incredible happened. A group of investors finally believed in his vision and invested 5 million into Alibaba. This was the breakthrough he had been waiting for. The company started to grow rapidly. They focused on helping small businesses, giving them a chance to sell products online and reach the world. Slowly but surely, Alibaba became a household name in China. But he wasn't done yet. As Alibaba grew, he faced a new challenge, competing with global giants like eBay. At the time, eBay entered the Chinese market, and many believed Alibaba would collapse. But he was clever. Instead of fighting head-on, he created Taobao, a free platform for small businesses and individuals to sell products. While eBay charged sellers fees, Taobao gave them freedom. Within just a few years, Alibaba completely defeated eBay in China. But he didn't stop there. He launched Alipay, an online payment service, at a time when people in China didn't trust digital transactions. Critics called him crazy, but his idea worked. Alipay became one of the most successful fintech platforms in the world. Alibaba expanded into cloud computing, logistics, and entertainment, slowly becoming a global empire. Then, in 2014, history was made. Alibaba went public on the New York Stock Exchange. On that day alone, the company raised $25 billion, the largest IPO in history at that time. The boy who failed his school exams, the young man rejected by KFC, the dreamer denied by Harvard 10 times, the man who had nothing, had built one of the biggest tech companies in the world. Today, his company is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. He is one of the most influential entrepreneurs on the planet. But more than money, more than success, his story has inspired millions of people worldwide to believe in themselves and never give up. That man, the man who turned rejection into resilience, failure into fortune, and dreams into reality, is Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. Jack Ma's journey is a reminder that failure is not the end. Rejection does not define you. You may fail once. You may fail 10 times. You may fail 30 times. But as long as you don't quit, your time will come. Jack Ma once said, "Never give up. Today's hard. Tomorrow will be worse. But the day after tomorrow will be sunshine." And when life knocks you down, remember this. Your struggles today are not permanent. One day, the world will hear your story, just like you're hearing his. So if you found inspiration in this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because we bring you more untold stories of people who dared to dream big and never gave up.